Hello, my name is Edward Adair, and I'm here to present to you my final project proposal for N518. Topic, solfege, ear, and vocal tool, basic music training in the church for children and youth. In many churches, children and youth choirs have been neglected the opportunity to receive formal music training when it comes to learning music and ear training. And these reasons consist of elimination of music programs for educational curriculum, budget cuts are on the low, and because of these reasons, the first thing the educational boards target are the music programs. However, training the ear and voice can be a bit of a problem for some when it comes to singing, especially for children. This can be due to the lack of knowledge of music theory, and it makes it easier for singers to understand music theory and to read music notation, knowing the values of the rhythms and harmonization and essential methods of relating music context to their developing vocal skills. What about the children and youth in the church? The decline in school-based music instruction has directly impacted music ministries of the churches. Music ministries and church choirs directors have difficulty finding time to teach the children and youth vocal and ear training. What if there were tools available to enhance musicianship and learning for church choir members and the youth? Hence, development of the project Solfege, Ear, and Vocal Tool. That is envisioned as a website to assist learning musical fundamentals motivated to provide interactive instruction through the internet at no cost to the learners. The scope of this project was defined for those music ministers or individuals who intend to use the site as a learning tool. The intended audience is for vocalists, young and old. The demographic for the study was focused on those interested in learning techniques in ear and vocal training, especially children and teens ages 8 through 18. The purpose of the project. The aim for this project was design and implement a website in order to teach ear and vocal exercises in reference to listening, thus emulating what they hear after playing musical scales. The subjects will be able to access the free site once they register. Review of literature. Even though there are several websites available online for vocal lessons with use of music technology, there is still a need for sites for those users who find it challenging to use their ear and sing on pitch. Ken Taplin of Ken Taplin Academy website, he raised the question, are online singing lessons as effective in person vocal training? And the answer is yes. According to Ken, he says that is amazing, and the technology is amazing, and they are as effective as anything else. Although this could be very well be the case, not everybody has the luxury of having internet. So, what is solfege? Solfege, or as also known as psalmization, is a musical system that was developed by Guido d'Arezzo in the 11th century. He developed a way of singing scale tones and these with syllables such as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do in the musical The Sounds of Music. Philosopher Zoltan Kodály, he inspired this creativity of the inspired music educators, and such as singing, playing instruments, and dance from memory, to perform, listen, based on the great art of music in the world, and another thing, improvise and compose, or to name a few of some of the objects he created. In the 18th century, John Spencer Curwen developed a music education system called the Norwich Solfer, based on the work of Sarah Glover. And this is where they use hand signals to go along with the solfege syllables, as you can see the illustration to your right. It has been said that teaching music theory can be detrimental to a church choir. So this raises the question, what do you do? Children need to learn some form of music theory and ear training in order to prepare them for advanced levels of singing. Howard Gardner is one of the theorists that I used to develop this project in mind. He has seven sign waves based on his theory: linguistics, musical, logical, mathematical, spatial, bodily, kinesthetics, social, personal, and naturalist. He is known for his brilliant conception of individual competence for finding of peoples operating in sine waves. The project sequence and layout. The user will be able to enter the screen. Once they enter the screen, the program will instruct them to register for the solfege ear and vocal tool. After registering, they will be able to log in with their user and password. Once logged into the program, they'll be enabled to go through the vocal challenges of musical scales to listen and interact with singing. Once the task is completed, they'll be able to move forward, and once it's over, they can log out of the program. Project content. Within the program, it will consist of 4 or 5 levels of musical scales of 8 notes for the users to sing while interacting with the website. Once the user masters a certain level, they move on to the next scale. The conclusion is that the user will be able to utilize the vocal skills developed from the instructional tools and apply the skills and tonality skills to whatever they sing. Here are some of the basic tools and resources: Adobe Dreamweaver, Flash, Photoshop, Pro Tools, to name a few. The pilot study will be completed once the project is fulfilled, and the questionnaire will be answered based on this particular study, such as the purpose of the project. Was it age appropriate? Was it accurate? There will also be a timeline. And here are the references. Thank you.